Ready whenever you are, sir.
Okay, we are reconvened from our closed session. We need to certify that, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we certify our closed session and that we talked about only what we convened the closed session to talk about.
All right.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded that we certify our closed session. Comments, concerns? If not, Ms. Kim, please.
Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews. Aye. Councilman Fox is not here. Mayor Hessel. Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 5-0.
Ma'am, and move on our agenda to the approval of our minutes from our May 24th, 2021 regular session.
Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes of the session on May the 24th, 2021.
All right. Second. Motion made and seconded. We got this. Minutes. Any concerns or comments?
Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Hux,
Aye.
Councilman Green,
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews. Aye. Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
G is old business, resolution making appointments to the school board. Mr. Perry?
Mayor, I move that we adopt a resolution making appointments to the Poquoson City School Board with the following names inserted. For the Central Precinct, Jonathan Ingram. At Large, Craig Freeman. Eastern, Cameron Childress, and all of their terms will expire June the 30th, 2024.
All right, so thank you.
I'm sorry, second.
It's okay. Okay, we have a motion made and seconded that we adopt the resolution with those names inserted. Any comments? Motion? Okay. Ms. Kim?
Councilwoman Andrews. Aye. Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman.
Abstain.
Councilman Hux,
Aye.
Councilman Green,
Aye.
Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 5 with 1 abstention.
We're going to move into new business. First item is an ordinance making official appropriations for the fiscal year 2021 in the general fund for hazard and special duty supplement pay. Mr. Wheeler?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, you'll recall in September of 2020, City Council approved a hazardous pay and special duty pay supplement for our city employees, both our permanent full-time and permanent part-time employees. That was for the period from March through the end of December of 2020. And the vast majority of that was funded with CARES Act federal money, with a certain smaller portion that was funded through the general fund regular dollars that was not eligible. What we're bringing to you tonight is a program which is very similar. It is essentially provides the same level of per month additional pay as we did last time for the 6-month period from January 1st of this year through June 30th of this year, which is anticipated and now has been pretty much confirmed by the governor's office, the end of Executive Order 72 and the public health emergency, at least as we know it in the Commonwealth. So this is a similar program, just a different 6 months, and in terms of funding, rather than use federal funding, we are proposing to use the general fund for this. And if we find out subsequently that some of this is eligible to be reimbursed through the upcoming federal process, we'll certainly bring that back to you for your consideration. But the general fund balance is sufficient to do this without impairing us in any way, and ask your approval.
Okay. I think it's certainly something that's well deserved. Any comments? Anybody? Buddy?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt an ordinance making additional appropriations for fiscal year 2021 in general fund for hazard and special duty supplement pay.
Okay. Motion made second that we adopt the ordinance. Any concerns, comments, questions? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilwoman Andrews. Aye. Councilman Green,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Councilman Hux,
Aye.
and Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
C, on the new business resolution making appointments to various boards and committees. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt a resolution making appointments to various boards and commissions with the following names inserted. For the Colonial Behavioral Health, Crystal Hauser, whose term will expire June 30th, 2024. If it's your will of the council, I will continue serving as the Workforce Development Consortium member. My term will expire June 30th, 2022. For the Thomas Nelson Board, Mr. Alan L. Melton, term will expire June 30th, 2025. And for the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission, Mayor Gordon C. Helsel Jr., and as the ex officio member, J. Randall Wheeler. Your terms will expire June the 30th, 2023.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second that we adopt the resolution with those names inserted. Any concerns, comments? If not, Ms. Kim?
Vice Mayor Freeman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews.
Aye.
Councilman Southall.
Aye.
Councilman Hux.
Aye.
Councilman Green.
Aye.
And Mayor Hustle.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
All right, thank you, Judge. Item number 3 is a resolution in support of an application for revenue sharing funding to improve the Little Florida Road, Poquoson Avenue, Lake Way intersection.
Mr. Mayor, as Mr. Crawford makes his way up, I'll briefly remind you and share with the public, in 2019, City Council approved a resolution authorizing our application for a state revenue sharing grant for the Shipwreck Island project. We were not successful in 2019. The question before you, and Sean will review both what this is and what it will cost and things like that. But the question before you is whether or not you support us making another application. Each time there is a state application process, a resolution or ordinance expressing support from the governing body is required as part of the process. So that's why we're back. Sean will refresh your memory and the memory of the public on what this project is, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sean?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Wheeler. As stated, the conceptual idea of this project was presented back in June of 2019. Unfortunately, at that time, the application was unsuccessful. It was deemed a Category 4 by the VDOT scale, which is the lowest category for projects that are submitted for revenue sharing. This right here is a conceptual layout design, not a final design that will go forward if this project is to get accepted. Kind of showing the realignment here of Layden Way, Little Florida Road, and Poquoson Avenue with some traffic calming measures, as well as an alignment which supports a more sufficient, less crash point area. I am pleased to announce that if this motion is accepted and moved forward with the application, this project would fall under Category 2 this time. Category 2 projects that are in a city's capital improvement plan. Those projects are looked upon higher. Projects less than $1 million, which this project falls under, is tiered and looked at first before projects that are greater than $1 million. The pre-application deadline for this would be July 1st. The pre-application is simply to get the project on the table for VDOT. They look at it, they categorize it respectfully. As mentioned, it would fall in Category 2, and then the actual application would be submitted sometime in the fall, which would be September timeframe we would be looking at. Just a couple things that this project will help with. Traffic calming is the big number one thing, safety. It will help decrease speeding. Driver awareness is a big one as you're going towards the middle school and away from the middle school. Having a intersection that is aligned, has many transportation and traffic safety through various studies, improvements, because you have less conflict points as you have people, for example, turning off, say, it's like Layden Road, where it sits now, and then they want to turn left onto Poquoson Avenue. They're making 2 maneuvers rather than making 1 maneuver going straight through the intersection. The raised medians will also help with these measures, as people are less inclined to speed when they see raised medians or obstructions, and focus more on their travel path ahead. So during preliminary engineering, as I mentioned, design options will be looked at. That was just a conceptual design. We'll have many on the table to find out what best suits the city and the citizens. The realignment project estimation with inflation would be roughly $700,000, and that would be in FY27 and FY28, which is very important to mention. So this application, if accepted by council, moved forward with VDOT and approved by the Commonwealth Transportation Board, would provide funding in FY27 and FY28. So preliminary engineering would begin in FY27. So with the VDOT revenue sharing program, as mentioned, it is a 50% shared program, which would leave the cost to the city at roughly $350,000 as an estimate, as mentioned, with inflation at current rates. I'll be happy to take any questions from anybody.
Any questions, Sean? We've had this discussion. Sean, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Mayor, I move that we adopt a resolution in support of an application for revenue sharing funding to improve the Little Florida Road, Poquoson Avenue, Layden Way intersection.
I'll second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to adopt the resolution. Any concerns, comments, any questions? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilman Green?
Aye.
Councilman Hux?
No.
Councilman Southall?
No.
Councilwoman Andrews?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
And Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 4-2.
All righty. We got another closed session we need to go to, so. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's an important one, too.
This is the most popular agenda item of the year, sir.
Yeah, resolution canceling the second meeting of the months of June, July, and August.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
All right, first, we adopt that resolution. Ms. Kim?
Councilman Hux?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Green?
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
Okay, and next item is our closed session. David, would you take us into closed session, please?
Oh, Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt we convene a closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia, 1950, as amended to discuss a personnel matter, i.e. interviews for council appointment.
Okay,
Second.
motion made, seconded. Any questions or concerns regarding the closed session? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hux?
Aye.
Councilman Green?
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
All righty.